Today, I want to share 5 subtle behavioral changes that often show up when a woman has gone a long time without real intimacy. These shifts aren't always obvious, but if you pay close attention, they reveal a lot about what she may be feeling beneath the surface. Curious? And make sure you stay with me until the last sign because it's the most powerful one. It's the difference between a man who stays stuck in the friend zone and a man she begins to see in a more romantic and desirable way. Many men completely overlook these signals even though they appear right in front of them. When you learn to recognize them, you start understanding her behavior on a deeper level instead of guessing. Excited. So, let's start with the first sign because it's usually the earliest and most natural signal that something inside her is shifting. Hi, I'm Sophia Joy, host of The Female Touch.
Because of that emotional gap, she may start asking you questions that feel a little more personal than usual. For example, she might say something like, "Do you think I handled that situation badly?" Or, "Sometimes I feel like I'm too intense. What do you think?" On the surface, these questions may sound like she simply wants your opinion, but often there is something deeper happening. In many cases, she isn't really looking for a strict, logical answer. What she truly wants is to feel seen and emotionally understood. Attachment theory helps us understand this beautifully. Pioneered by John Bowlby and Mary Ainsworth and carried forward in modern relationship research, secure attachment develops when we know someone is emotionally available and responsive. When a woman has been without real intimacy for months or years, her attachment system can become more sensitive. She begins scanning for signs of safety, not because she's needy, but because her nervous system is protecting her heart. Recent studies, including research on adult attachment, show that women who feel emotionally safe are far more likely to open up to romantic connection. Without that safety, even the strongest physical attraction stays locked behind protective walls. Let me share a real story from my work that still touches my heart. A man named Marcus came to me frustrated. "She's always asking me these deep questions, but then she pulls back," he said. "I don't know what she wants." When we looked closer, we saw the pattern. His dates with Rachel had been full of her asking things like, "How do you feel about vulnerability in men?" Or, "Do you think people can really change?" Each time, Marcus had given short, logical answers. "Yeah, sure, people change." Rachel would smile politely and change the subject. But inside, she was testing for emotional steadiness. After our sessions, Marcus tried something different. One evening, she asked, "I worry I'm too much sometimes. What do you see?" Instead of dismissing it, he leaned in and said softly, "I see a woman who feels deeply, and that's actually beautiful." It takes courage to feel that much in a world that tells women to tone it down. Rachel's whole body language changed. She leaned forward. Her eyes softened. That was the moment the emotional door began to open. This is the power of emotional presence. When you respond with thoughtful awareness instead of quick fixes, you become the rare man who makes her feel truly seen. Research on emotion dynamics in relationships confirms this. Partners who validate feelings create stronger bonds and higher satisfaction. It's not about agreeing with everything, it's about witnessing her inner world without judgment. Here's an actionable exercise I give every man I work with. The next time she asks one of these seemingly casual but emotionally loaded questions, try the see, hear, reflect method. First, really see her. Notice her body language and tone. Second, hear the feeling underneath the words. Third, reflect it back warmly. "It sounds like you're carrying a lot of self-doubt about that. And I can see why that would feel heavy." Then pause. Don't rush to solve it. Just hold the space. Practice this once this week with any woman in your life, a friend, colleague, or date, and watch what shifts. The comments are open. Tell me how it felt for you. Your experience might help another man watching right now. But wait, there's a layer most men never reach because they miss how her body is speaking even louder than her words. That's where the third sign appears, and it's so subtle it can slip right past you if you're not paying attention.
Another shift that often appears is a change in her body language when she is around a man who carries confident, grounded energy. During long periods without intimacy, the brain's emotional center, especially the area connected to attraction, can become more alert to potential connection. Because of this, her awareness of someone she finds appealing may increase without her even realizing it. You might notice small movements that seem random at first. She may adjust her hair more frequently, cross and uncross her legs, or angle her body slightly toward you, even when there is plenty of space between you. These are subtle signals that often happen automatically, not something she consciously plans. They're tiny physical cues that reveal growing comfort and curiosity. Psychology research on nonverbal communication confirms exactly this. Studies published in Psychology Today and Very Well Mind show that when attraction begins to stir, women display what experts call immediacy cues. Open body posture, prolonged eye contact, hair touching, and subtle leaning. These aren't planned performances. They're the body's honest language. One fascinating finding is that women often initiate the signaling process far more than men realize, up to 90% of the time. According to multiple observational studies, she's not chasing. She's inviting you to meet her energy. I remember a client named David who almost missed his chance with a woman named Lena. They worked in the same building and would chat in the elevator. David thought she was just being polite until I pointed out the pattern. She always turned her body toward him and held eye contact just a little longer. That's not politeness, I told him. That's her nervous system saying she's interested and checking if you're safe. When David started matching that energy, leaning in slightly, smiling warmly, their conversations deepened. 2 months later, they were dating. The mistake many men make here is thinking these cues mean push harder. Nothing kills the natural rhythm faster than sudden intensity. Instead, the magic happens when you match and gently lead. If she leans in, you lean in too, naturally, without forcing it. If she touches her hair, you can offer a soft compliment tied to the moment. You have a really warm smile when you do that. Try this simple exercise this week. In your next conversation with a woman, consciously notice 3 body language cues: hair touch, leg shift, or body angle. Then mirror one of them subtly while staying completely relaxed. Notice how the conversation flows differently. This takes interactions from friendly to flirty. Drop your results in the comments. I read every single one. If these insights are landing, please share this video with one friend who needs to hear it. Now, we arrive at the 4th sign, the one that separates the men who stay in the friend zone from the ones who become unforgettable. This is emotional steadiness. When a woman has spent a long time on her own, she often develops protective walls around her feelings. These defenses ensure the next person is emotionally safe. Because of this, she may start sharing something slightly personal and carefully watch how you react. It might be a story about a past disappointment or a fear. In that moment, she's not only sharing information, she's observing whether you judge her, dismiss her feelings, or respond with genuine understanding. Your reaction tells her whether you are someone she can trust. At times, she may even create a small disagreement just to see how you handle pressure emotionally. The purpose isn't to start conflict, but to quietly observe how you respond. Does your composure disappear quickly, or do you stay calm and balanced? Some try to solve her feelings as if they're dealing with a problem. Others become defensive. What she's looking for is much simpler, but more meaningful. She values a man who can listen without rushing to judge. A calm, emotionally steady presence shows her that you're capable of deeper conversations. Research on the vulnerability stress adaptation model shows that women become highly attuned to emotional safety cues. They need to know you can hold their vulnerability. I'll never forget working with James and Sophia. She shared a story about feeling invisible. James's old pattern would have been to give a solution. Instead, he simply said, "That sounds incredibly lonely. I'm right here listening." Sophia later told me, "That was the moment I knew he was different." The practical advice here is golden. When she shares vulnerability, respond with presence, not solutions. Use phrases like, "I hear you," or "Thank you for trusting me." Next time she shares something personal, set a timer for 30 seconds of pure listening. No advice, just presence. The men who master this become magnetic. Now we arrive at the 5th and most influential sign. She may begin creating small opportunities for the two of you to spend time in a more private environment. She might say, "Could you help me with something at my place?" or mention she doesn't feel like watching a movie alone. These are socially comfortable invitations. They allow intimacy to grow gradually without forcing the moment. Research shows women initiate these low-risk opportunities when attraction is building. The difference maker is your response. A confident man doesn't rush or assume it means immediate romance. He shows up relaxed, present, and focused on the moment. When she creates a private moment, go in with 3 intentions: stay emotionally steady, respond warmly to touch, and keep the energy light and fun. Today we explored 5 signals many men miss. The goal isn't manipulation, but awareness. This understanding helps you build stronger, more authentic connections. Real attraction grows from emotional awareness, patience, and the ability to create a space where both people feel comfortable being themselves. Join our community here on The Female Touch. There's so much more wisdom coming your way. Thank you for spending time with me. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.